Do you know what? I can tell you one thing. I don't know all of your story. I've heard little bits of it. And I mean, it's not important what I say about it, but I can tell you and guarantee you one thing, you're a brave person.
Yes, you are brave. Action.
Hi, my name's Jessica Vandelay.
I'm Determined Chedi.
Ding, ding, ding. It's Brigiding.
Hi, I'm Shamyra Mudley.
This is Gizem.
This is Salim.
My name is Brandon Beek.
Hi, I'm Shane.
Hi, my name is Leni Bolt. I'm the host of Skin Out Loud by NIVEA. I'm a work-life balance coach, TV host on social media. I also speak a lot about my journey as a non-binary person. And I'm so excited to talk with you about skin related to our identity. You're doing drag, and I think like doing drag makeup is like you're using your face kind of like a canvas, right?
I started doing drag. It is a form for me of like creating another identity of who I could be, who I want to be, where I could express myself more or easier. In 2021, I decided to like combine both persona in one person, in one name or one character, which is Brigiding. So that was like my nickname from when I was younger. To like I decided to like I love the duality, but like I think it is easier for me to like put them together in one character.
So kind of like merge together.
Merge them together and realize that I can be like Brigiding. I can be like myself when I'm out of drag or when I'm in drag.
Kind of like in both ways.
Yes, in both ways. So there's not like a shift of like, oh, I could be this. Oh, I cannot be like that because I'm a different person now.
Yeah.
So I just like wanted to be in one person and like deal and like navigate life in the future or what's gonna happen to me as me. So
Probably
in one name, in one person.
Probably it's also mentally easier to say like I have this name, but I have like different ways how I express myself, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
So the identity is like now, it's just me.
Yeah.
And you can really express yourself and your identity through your skin and not necessarily just through your scars that life has given you along the way, but also just through self-expression.
So for me, right, I don't know if you guys, where you guys were born and stuff, but I struggle with this weird thing, and I sometimes find skin color can be so distracting because people make assumptions and stereotypes. Yeah. So I'm born in Africa. This is my only home. Yes, my DNA 5 generations ago is in India. That's not my home. I don't speak an Indian language, I kind of eat Indian food, and I definitely have appreciation for that culture, but it is not my home or my life experience. Mine is very much in South Africa, over 100 years old. But now, and especially since I used to live abroad, I lived in Ireland for many years, and it took me out of Africa, out of my home, out of everything I knew, to realize it's totally cool to be different, and that's actually your superpower. Because people looked at me and I was hell not Irish in any form or way, but that was where my superpower was, that I kind of crossed these different continents and different worlds and cultures. Job done.
Yeah, not everyone has the privilege to travel. They don't have the means. And so that's why media and social media and brands and campaigns and things like this matter, because that way people can see themselves if they can't physically go to New York, London, you know, Cape Town, Sydney, to see what those places actually look like.
Lena, what's your story behind your identity? Like, how did you like manage to like embrace the identity that you have right now?
To be honest, being assigned male at birth never felt really comfortable for me. And especially in my puberty, I remember looking into the mirror, seeing those changes with my voice, for example. My voice got deeper. I started to get facial hair. I have Croatian roots, so they're quite strong. And yeah, I remember like I had a really dark time, like trying to figure out who I was, who I am, who I want to be in the future. So I started kind of like transitioning into like a more feminine version of myself. And I did this laser hair removal, for example, to get rid of the facial hair, because you need to think about like, I had to shave every morning. I had to shave like twice a day. I had like irritations on my skin, and I always felt kind of like clogged on the streets and not feminine enough. So this kind of like really helped me to get rid of this insecurity. And on my way on this transition, I always thought I'm going to have like a classic way of transition from male to female. But on the way, I've noticed that I would rather like to free myself from all those labels and just be the person who I am, with masculine features, with feminine features. I don't mind.
Do you remember the day when you were like, you know what, this is who I am and this is how I'm going to come out to the world and represent myself? Like, do you remember that day, and how did it feel like?
I think it was quite early. I was around 12 years old, and I watched a documentary about a trans girl who was transitioning from male to female, and she was also quite young. I think she's even like the youngest girl who did like a medical transition in the world, and she kind of like inspired me and gave me the power to go that way. But I also have to say, it took a few more years for me to really accept that. So. When I was 18, I moved to Berlin, and this city gave me so much freedom to explore myself. I even went out in drag in the beginning, just to, to feel that femininity. But at some point I noticed that's not enough.
That's not who you really are,
exactly.
or you want to be.
Exactly. And yeah, that was the day it got clear for myself. So thank you so much for this beautiful conversation. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode of Skin Out Loud by NIVEA.